Some 2 or 3 gurus I learned meditation. So I apply everything. For example, how to concentrate your mind in meditation. I'm doing the Omkar. Omkar mean Om, like that 5 to 6 times chanting it, and then do honeybee yoga, that honeybee sound yoga. That one tune our brain and neurons and everything,
Okay.
make us more peaceful, and then concentrate the Agna chakra in the forehead, and then concentrate for 10 minutes. So there is a vibration will be formed in the.
Mm.
So I look at the vibration and
Wow.
meditate for 10 minutes. That is one time. After that, I will next day, 1 or 2 days, I will do the next step, the Duryadhidam. That is the center of our head. This is the place.
Okay.
Center.
Right in the
That
middle here.
middle, yeah. That
Yeah.
is also our soul will go after our death.
Mm. Wow.
Meditate on the center part, and
Yeah.
that will stimulate our brain cell and make us more remove the memory loss and everything, and the brain cell will be tuned. Lot of things is there, meditation there, and then Visukti here also you can meditate, and here also, and then Mulatar. There are 8 chakras in our body, so we can meditate on the chakras. It will make us more, uh,
Ah.
more sixth sense. It will develop our sixth sense also.
Wow.
Very sixth sense mean that what is going to happen to us in future.
Hmm.
The yoga perfectly,
Yeah.
meditation perfectly, you will know what will happen to you tomorrow. I am getting it. I am getting what will happen to me today. I know in my dreams early morning. So
Wow.
I act
That's
accordingly.
amazing.
I
So,
act accordingly. For example,
do you actually, through this meditation, using the chakras, so are you able to then ask for what you want? So you make that request for tomorrow. Is that how it works, Dish?
no, that is a thing. For example, something happened to me tomorrow morning. Today night when I sleep in the bed, I got it from the dream. So dream mean you cannot get it everything directly.
No.
Going to fall down like that.
Yeah.
Some signals, some message, you can get it. So you have to overcome. You have to know what is the meaning of the message. So you know today something good happened to me, something bad happened to me. For example, tomorrow is one problem is there, one to be solved. I got a dream, so I realize the dream and understand it and realize that the problem will not hurt me. It will be solved smoothly, immediately.
Wow.
That same thing will be happen.
That's
That,
amazing.
yeah,
Wow.
that is called sixth sense. That
Yeah.
is happen to not for all, from family wise. For
Mm.
example, my mother, my elder brother know everything in future by they get it from dreams. So what happened to anyone? Something our relative or something we know from our dreams. So that sometimes that's the inner feeling, ESP power, that we will know something happened to some people mean we just warn them, please don't go.
Yeah.
If
That's.
they don't go,
Do you find it's more power? That is, I mean, I really would like to talk to you about this. Is very, very powerful stuff that you're talking about in this podcast. And I'm just wondering now, you know, when you are meditating to those chakras that you mentioned, is that normally when you do that, then do you find that the messages in the dreams are quite clear? And then they tend to happen the next day or whenever in the future. Is that what happens?
it is not because of meditation. It happened in my childhood onwards.
Ah, right.
The meditation will improvise it. So, for example, if any child born to anyone, I told them today morning, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, it will burn.
Yeah.
The door is opened.
Yeah.
I call them immediately. The door is open. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, you will get childbirth. They get it. It's called ESP power.
Yes. Yeah.
Get it from the our karma,
Yeah.
our previous birth,
Yeah.
whatever Yeah, if we are good in previous birth, it will happen. This birth will also you are getting the power. So
Yes. Yes.
meditation stimulated. One of the two stimulated.
Mm, mm.
Many people in the world, even Kennedy, John Kennedy was murdered. A girl saw it in the dream and warned the president, "You are going to be shot. Be careful." She phoned a day before.
Yeah.
He was shot down.
And then
So that,
yeah.
yeah,
I,
that's that's power. Something naturally get it from inheritance
hmm.
in the
Yeah.
birth.
Yeah.
But the meditation will stimulate it.
Yes. Yeah.
Meditation, nobody, I think, no, you know very well, sir. You are doing the meditation and everything. Everybody cannot meditate. It is not possible.
That's a very good point. That's a
Very
really
few
good point. Yes. But
few
they
people
should
will meditate.
try. But they should try because it is very powerful.
Try. But sometime what happen if you are doing meditation, within 1 or 2 minutes you are getting very calm, polite, everything.
Mm.
But others don't get it. Even 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they close the eye, they don't get it.
Yes.
The
Yes.
concentration,
Yes.
they don't
Yeah.
get it. That is inborn quality. It is coming from the birth.
Mm.
So that can be done. Stimulate. We have to stimulate it by going to temples, pray the God, do the meditation, kindness to people, helping others.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely, this will develop.
Yes. That is so powerful.
Yeah, don't use it for wrong purposes. That is very
Yeah.
important.
No. 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 Absolutely.
Generally,
Oh,
how to retain the power. That is I am telling.
that's a
If you
really
use it
good.
for wrong use, it will. For example, if I want to trouble a person, use the power. I am getting trouble. That's
Yes.
why use
That,
it for good
that's the
purpose.
karma, isn't it? The karma working against you.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah. That's amazing, Steve. I mean, I have to say, you know, I'm learning so much from you when you're talking about the chakras. I think for
Chakras.
me, I think for me as you know, as a practitioner, it's very interesting to note that lots of people, you are absolutely right. They struggle to get into a meditative state because for them, they're allowing their brain to do so many things and process so many things like I've got to do this with my house, or I've got to do this with my job, or I need to do this, or something to do with money or relationships. And there's so much chatter going on in their head that they can't then hear the inner voice, which is the intuition speaking to them. It gets muffled because the voice of the ego, I must do this, I must do that.
I
So the ego voice overpowers the intuition voice, the intuitive voice, and then it's only when I find that, and when I look at my own personal history, that was exactly what I was doing. I was just too much in the external world and not too much, and hardly giving attention to myself. And then when I started to do mindfulness meditation about 7 years ago, I couldn't believe the how my ego was controlling every aspect of my life. And then I've been able to control those voices. Now I hear all the time now. It's almost like a whisper. I'll get a whisper coming through, which I believe is my super genius or my intuition or inner voice or whatever you want to call it. And that
inner
will
voice.
give me a whisper. You know, I might be doing dishes, I might be doing the garden, and suddenly I'll hear someone's voice, like the name or a name of a person or a name of a place or an action just comes right through me. And I think, and then I stand to attention and I'm forced to be completely in the present moment. Then I interpret that message. Then I do the action, and then I find that, oh my God, it was true. Let me give you an example. It's good. One of my very good friends from university. I've known him for about 33 years. He lives in London. I'm based in the West Midlands. I'm more in the middle of England, near Birmingham. I'm not sure whether you know England or you've been to England or no. Okay, so I live in the West Midlands, and my best friend lives in London. And then what happened was, I was in the middle of preparing a meal, and then suddenly his voice just came through me from nowhere, just absolutely nowhere. Thinking, this is strange. Something must be going on with him. I think I might need to reach out to him and send him a text message. So a few hours later, I send a message saying, are you okay? And then he said, I wish. I mean, I'm going through a really tough time. I've been furloughed, basically, with the coronavirus pandemic. Lots of people have been laid off from work because of the impact on the economy and business, etc., etc. And so basically he'd been laid off for about 4 or 5 weeks, struggling to pay bills, relying on this government support. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, I would never have known this if it wasn't for that voice. And it was really loud. And maybe the volume of the voice also says that maybe it's serious. You need to pay attention. But I think in the past, Satheesh, when I wasn't mindful, when I wasn't doing meditation, probably there were voices coming all the time from my intuition. But my ego voice was saying, you got to do this, you got to have that, you got to achieve this, you got to have this car, this house, this career. And, I was completely dominating. But then ever since I went through this personal development journey, went through my midlife stage, did lots of reflection. And then I really learned the power of the present moment and to be present. And if it takes you to, to use guided meditation to get you present, it's so important, because then you hear your mind begins to clear, you get more blue sky thinking, and then you allow that voice to speak. And it is part of you that's trying to get your attention. And one thing I did a couple of days ago, I wrote an article in LinkedIn. I don't know whether you've seen it. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, Satheesh, after we finish this podcast.
Yeah.
But basically, I talk about shadows. Shadows are in our mind. They are part of our human psyche that things have happened to us, things have been said to us, they've hurt us or they've damaged us in some way, and then we just push them to the back of our mind. But those shadows are part of ourselves, and if we don't embrace them, if we don't reconcile with them, they'll come back, and then they're going to come into your subconscious or into your conscious mind, and then they're going to try to disturb your routine in some way, your pattern. And so I wrote an article about how the shadows, some people's shadows are more largened and more pronounced because of the extra anxiety and stress brought on by the pandemic. And so how you can use 3 healing ways to be able to reconcile with those shadows. Basically, to become aware of them. Secondly, to forgive yourself for any actions or forgive others that may have brought on those shadows. And thirdly, to embrace the shadows. This is part of you. And, we cannot ignore the parts of us that we don't like, we want to ignore. We have to integrate by being present. And meditation can really, really help to bring attention to the shadows and to help you to become whole. I know people could describe it in different ways, that they may not call it shadows, they may call it demons, they may call it elementals, that they may call it my ego is getting the better of me, or whatever it might be. But there's definitely another internal presence that if we don't integrate the two together. And I think for me, Satheesh, when I started doing mindful meditation about 7 years ago, I was able to integrate, all parts of me, and it made me so confident and lots of self-assurance and lots of, I just had lots of renewed energy, and then I've just been living my life in that way, particularly the last 5 years, where I'm gaining so much more clarity, to the extent that I'm now helping other people. So I help people, clients who are going through all sorts of things, like, they want to give up smoking, they want to deal with their anxiety, they want to heal themselves from, traumas from the past, from their childhood, etc. So, and because I've been through my own, particularly my own midlife reawakening, I feel as though I'm in a very good position to be able to guide people and help them. But obviously, ultimately, people do need to do things themselves, that they do need to take those important steps. So I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, Steve, you know, what's your kind of, you know, what's your reaction to what I just said there? Does it resonate with your work as well?
Reaction in the work.
Like, for example, you know what I've just talked about there. So, you know, do you agree with that? Is that some of that true for you as well?
I couldn't get it. I couldn't
Okay,
get you.
okay, then right. So, you know, I was talking about, you know,
The
working with
shadows.
the shadows and that part of your psyche that, you know, some people want to ignore. Do you think that is a problem with lots of people that you work with? Is that a problem, that people are not getting present, people are not getting kind of aligned with who they really are?
Generally, the problem rises because of people expect too much.
Yes, that's true.
Too much.
That's,
That
that's
is the
true.
problem for them. If you are getting $5,000 salary, you are not content with it. If you are having one car, your neighbor have another car, so you want to buy the car.
Yeah.
So the wants are numerous. Wants are not satisfied. So what happened? That's why people are suffering a lot. They must be. They don't have content mind. And
Yeah.
that's when they are getting unnecessarily involved into the others matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are doing the meditation, their mind will be peaceful and
Yes.
they will be calm.
Hmm.
Lot of things are there. For example, you told the uh, voice come from whisper coming from that is
Yeah.
called it.
From,
That is
yeah, whisper coming through. I believe it would be my intuition, my
intuition or telepathy. It may be from telepathy coming
maybe.
from friend. Maybe that is also everybody have their own. We are having our own power, but somebody having more power, somebody have less power.
Hmm.
To be frankly, I am telling, even I know the spirit also.
Yeah.
Spirit, if good spirit comes, bad spirit comes. If it is a place, if I go to a place, if a bad spirit is there, I know immediately.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then generally, spirit disturb you. Are you Hindu or Christian?
Oh, my religious background. I'm actually a Sikh, so my family have a Sikh background. But we also, we also visit temples as well. So we also go to Hindu temples
Yes,
as
yes.
well. But our Sikh,
Because I love Sikh. One day, what happened in Singapore, when I was walking in the Orchard Street, suddenly one Sikh came to me, and he knows mind reading.
oh wow, wow,
He stopped me. Uh, he say something. You just think about one flower, and then he write it in the paper, and then he told that, "Come on, open the page, see that whatever you think the flower name." I thought about jasmine, and smell the uh, paper, jasmine smell.
hmm.
That he told, in your future, this is your future, you're going to get a very good opportunity in future. Like that he told me 3 years before he told me. And
Ah,
he asked him, who are you, who are coming from, where are you coming from? He told, I'm a Sikh. He is working in the golden temple of Singapore,
yes,
and he is usually he's a bujari in that temple.
yeah,
I told him, sir, at least you want to take some food, I will want to give. No, no, I don't want it. And then later, I just going here and there. After half an hour, return back. I found the same person in the same place. He
hmm.
came up. He was also shocked. After half an hour, we met each other in the busy street.
Yes,
And then say goodbye, goodbye. Like that, we go. That is a different thing. Actually, if you are going to temple, pray the God, you are having lot of magnetic power in you. So
yeah,
the magnetic power protect you from the bad spirit.
really, yeah,
In my dreams, I am a person easily connect with the bad spirit and good spirit, and even God also. So what happened through the dream? It come and trouble me, bad spirit.
hmm.
So what happened? You try to control me, try to press me. That time I chant the mantras of God. Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti. When I chant the mantra, it run away.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that is the way. That's why I usually later I go to temples Friday and Tuesday. Go to temple. If something trouble me, I immediately chant the mantras.
Mm.
Thing away. So this is
Yes.
the way that we are getting. But it is a part and parcel. It's a human life,
Yes.
and it's
It
going a
is.
different way. I am also going a different way, but the way is same.
Mm.
Going to help others and helping by mindfulness exercise. For
Yes.
example, in Indonesia, if you say here, most of them are Muslims and Christians. If you say yoga, I mean they won't like it. If you say the word mindfulness, they accept it.
Ah, that's interesting. Yes, that is so true. That people find that mindfulness is a bit more. I don't know. It's more broader, and
Unreligious word.
yeah, I think some people here also associate yoga with religion, which is why. But it shouldn't. It is. But yoga is actually. It's something that I've not done very much of, and this is what I'd like to learn from you. Actually,
Yeah.
Not very
Yeah, generally, yeah, they are like that. People, they don't like it. For
Mm.
example, are you listening? You hearing me?
Yes,
Yes.
I can hear you clearly. Yeah, Steve. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I remove it. So what happened? People here, when I met my principal, I want to conduct a yoga class for the students. And
Yes.
then my principal advised me, don't say yoga, don't say meditation. They think that it's a Hindu religion.
Ah.
So you use the word mindfulness.
Mm.
They believe it is a non-religious one and they accept it.
Mm.
I am also conduct a club for mindfulness and giving some time. One day I conduct a course class for my colleagues also. 1 hour course I have taken. How
Wow.
to get good sleep. I gave some tips. Insomnia, how to overcome it, how to reduce the stress.
Yes.
I some tips to you.
Yes.
Or just
Please do share
they
with
are all learners.
yes in the
For
podcast.
example,
Share any tips?
when you are getting a lot of tension, stress, angry,
Mm.
some
Mm.
uh, you are stand in front of a huge crowd, you are going to deliver a speech.
Mm.
That time happen, you just hold the fingers
Like this.
like the 10 fingers.
Yeah.
So that is why many people, politicians or many people, while they are attending a meeting,
Yeah.
they close like this. And,
Um,
camera is not working. Wait, wait. Yes.
ah,
Yes. For
see.
example, if you are getting tension, lot of tension, if you do like this, you are sitting here or standing here,
Mm.
doesn't matter. Just you are doing 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, your tension will come down.
So do I then, if I wanted to reduce some tension, I just need to keep my fingers together like this, and
Like
then
this.
try and be still and just keep my eyes closed. Oh, it's
No,
quite.
no, no, nothing. No need, no need, no need, no need, no need.
Yeah.
You can talk to anyone, speak to anyone, but
Ah.
hold like this. Keep the finger under your table also.
Oh, I see. Right. So people don't need to know that I'm actually uh,
Meditating. Knows.
meditating. Right. That is very powerful, having the fingertips together like this. Yes.
If you do like this for 5 minutes, if you're getting a lot of tension, angry, depression, or feel shy in front of huge crowd, just keep the finger like this.
Ah, got it. Got it.
I saw that Trump, he hold the finger like this.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
even many but this is called acupressure. Acupressure is
Yeah.
keep the finger and keep it for even 5 minutes. You can keep it and talk to anyone. Nobody noticed that you are doing like this,
That's
but
amazing.
it will
Wow.
come.
That's really good. It's almost like, I think in the modality that I work in, which is neurolinguistic programming and hypnotherapy and life coaching, when you do this, what you're from a neurolinguistic programming point of view, you're actually changing your state. you're changing your state. So for example, if I'm feeling anxious and frustrated and I start doing this, because I know that I'll be able to become present, I'll be able to calm my mind, I'll be able to get more clarity if I did this. So in a way, it's actually a form of anchoring. So in NLP, we'd call that anchoring. So
Yeah,
you,
anchoring also, they you can do like this.
yeah,
So like you can do like this.
yes, that's really good because you're
People are doing
focusing.
like this.
Yes, yeah,
You know, many people are doing, okay, you do this, you do this, this all
yeah,
are,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And you know, like you find that this actually um, is a way to. But when you know but when you do this, you're basically saying, well, that is my point of peace. This is where I can get inner peace, or I can get calm, clarity. And I also have to say that, you know, even doing the, you know, the hand here like this, the namaste,
namaste.
that's very powerful. You know, I mean, it's a very powerful anchor. It helps it helps me to completely be in the present, but also to show great humility and respect for the other person. And also it helps me to connect with all of humanity. It's such a powerful anchor. I never
Yes.
I never viewed this as being an anchor, but it is, because it helps me to get present. It's like I have the whole of humanity backing me up as well, and then I'm able to show in a very genuine way that you know that respect and humility for your fellow human being like this. And it's quite interesting that because obviously in the United Kingdom we've been in lockdown for about 8 weeks, and in early March people were told to stop shaking hands so we could still work and we could still go out. And so if I was working in a school or a college doing my consultancy work, I wouldn't shake hands. I would do a namaste, and then the British people will do it back, and they felt really. So I felt really calm. I felt really at peace by doing that, and such humility that it was amazing. But I never realized until recently that the namaste, we say in Punjabi, hat jorna, is actually it's an NLP anchor, and it really gets you into a very positive state. Makes me feel so humble, and to be privileged to be with another person and to have a rapport with them, etc., etc. But yeah, that's amazing. So this
Yeah,
is acupressure. I didn't realize. I've heard of this, but yeah, yeah. And is
in
that
5
part of
minutes after,
yoga as well? Is that yoga as well?
yeah.
It
And
is.
also doing meditation also,
Yeah.
if your mind is not controlled,
No.
you do this and sit like this.
Yes. Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
for 5 or 10 minutes you meditate. Usually I'm doing meditation, I'm doing like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You either do chin mutra,
Yeah.
chin, chin, the chin, wait, I will show you. That is chin mutra.
Ah. Oh wow.
This is
Oh,
chin mutra.
yeah.
This is called the chin mutra. When you are doing this should be straight
Oh, like this. Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
When you are not getting, that is also meditation also.
Yeah.
I am doing this chin mutra meditation also.
Yeah.
Or doing this. When you are not getting proper sleep at the night time, you can do chin mutra in your bed. Just close your eyes and do the chin mutra.
Wow.
Your mind will be under your control.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Wow. That's also quite powerful as well, actually, because you're stretching all the muscles. You're being aware of the stretching of the muscles in your fingers, in the palm of your hand, and then you're
And
focusing on that. Yeah.
your mind will be cool and
Like
you will
that.
get very good sleep. So, so meditation also you can do the chin mutra or this. I'm using both while doing the meditation.
Yes.
Automatically, mind will be under control.
Oh wow. That's
Sharing
amazing.
the knowledge, whatever I know, I share it to you.
Well,
Whatever.
yeah. I mean, this kind of is bringing us towards the end of the podcast, really. I mean, you've given us such a lot of helpful advice and guidance on how we can use some aspects of yoga and meditation just to help us to cope with what's going on. I mean, because we are you know, we are in a lockdown situation, which is forcing us to spend more time with ourselves, and then there's an opportunity really to get present with what we're going through, and what we're feeling and what we're thinking, and to use powerful techniques like mindfulness, like meditation, like
Yeah,
yoga,
sure.
just to, and even if people have never tried it before, I would really advise them to follow some of the tips that you've offered in this podcast, so people can get more present and then have a more calmer state. Because I tend to find that, Steve, when people, when they make a decision from fear or from an anxious state, it normally is the wrong decision, because they are not in a calm state when they are making an important decision. They're just being reactive. It's very easy to become reactive to your environment and what's happening. Like, a lot of people are reacting to the news, but that's because they choose to listen to it, and then they react. They may get very angry. It may affect their relationships with people at home, because they're just angry what's going on in the outside. And it's so important to be present, and so on and so forth. Fantastic. That is